Hi gang, Rob here. It is the afternoon of 28 December 2020. Coming to you this afternoon with the second of two in one day knife reviews. What has gotten into Rob? It's very odd. Two knife reviews in one day. This one also will be from the Sharpening bench variety on a knife I just finished for a customer. Kind of interesting. I guess we could call this Mini Monday. I just did a review of the 945, the Mini 940. Now we're going to take a look at the Mini Freek, model number 565-1, or as the Benchmade aficionado community has dubbed it, the Mini Super Freek. The smaller version of, I don't know, my favorite Benchmade released in the last 5 years. Yeah. So, before I get into the particulars about this knife, this is kind of a review that's going to be in contrast to the one I just did on the 945. I called it a solution in search of a problem. The full-size 940 being an eminently carryable knife with a 3 7/16 inch blade. I really saw no reason for a sub 3 inch bladed 940, at least unless that's what you have to carry because your local laws require it. Now the Mini Freek, on the other hand, is an alternative to a knife that's pretty doggone large. It's got a big long blade. It's got a big long handle that is a little girthy. Takes up a fair amount of real estate in the pocket, although it is a superb knife in the hand. But sometimes even I don't want to carry anything quite this big and bulky. So the Mini Freek platform already existed before we got into these dash numbers, so why not? Why not make a Mini Super Freek? And that's exactly what Benchmade did, sort of. So let me turn my phone screen back on, tell you what we got here. A 3-inch blade in that sort of pirated semi-Ritter blade shape that the Freeks have. Don't get your panties in a wad, guys. It's not the same blade. Anyway, now whereas the full-size Super Freek had a coated blade, Cerakoted CPM M4, the Mini Super Freek is rocking stonewashed S90V with red thumb studs and red standoffs, and then instead of that beautifully milled black and gray G10, we've gone to satin finish 3D machine carbon fiber. Blade length on the Mini Super Freek right on the button at 3 inches. Handle length 4.05 inches. Blade thickness just 100 thousandths. Again, just like the 940 and the Mini 940. That's going to be 10 thousandths thinner than the stock in the full-size Super Freek. This one I sharpened at 18 degrees per side. You can see the blade grind was pretty precise because the bevel width sharpened at a consistent angle is very uniform, and this knife needed no choil extension. So the choil and plunge grind meet perfectly. They require no adjustment from me upon sharpening. This S90V sharpened to 1100 grit on diamond and then strapped at 2 microns. Came out really nicely. Whoops. Push cuts, Natchez Shooter Supply catalog paper. That's about all you can ask from S90V. I don't find it to be a steel that loves to get super sharp. So yeah, how is this knife in hand? Well, I find it to be a little ergonomically superior to that 945, but again, my pinky does search a little bit for what to do. Inside the point of the pommel, outside, I guess my left hand is the hand I should be using. It's okay. It's about like that 945. Just sometimes you can't scale down a great handle and end up with a great handle. And I would say that happened again. But when you come into that overhand pinch grip, not so much of an issue. Really nice. The mechanics on this knife, squared away. Rock solid lockup. Pretty much a free dropping blade. And the blade centering is right down the middle. Sometimes I can't see too well looking through the camera. It's right down the middle. Guys, and I've sharpened in this one sharpening lot a bunch of Benchmades. And this new stuff seems to be pretty squared away on action, lockup, and centering. I think they've made some headway there, and their grinds seem to be more consistent on the newer models. So, pretty good stuff. Oh, by the way, the clip that this knife comes with is the same one that comes on the full-size Super Freek. The best clip in the Benchmade arsenal, in my opinion. The Parkerized split arrow. Sorry, Nuttin. It doesn't look like a penis, and if it did, so what? This owner has elected to remove his and carry it in the bottom of the pocket. I got one issue with this knife. Here's what it is, guys. Now, granted, the full-size Super Freek does not have a carbon fiber handle, but it does have a pretty nice G10 handle with some red liners. In my estimation, a blade steel that is superior to S90V, CPM M4, with an extra step in the process with that black Cerakote. What were these guys? $197 or something like that? $195, $197 when they were in stock, and they ain't no more. The Mini Freek comes in at $940-1 money. $263.50 MAP pricing. Now, Benchmade is laughing all the way to the bank because guess what? They're sold out! We knife nuts love us some carbon fiber, and we love vanadium carbide rich stainless super steels. So we're willing to pay ridiculous money, and I believe it is ridiculous money, for carbon fiber and S90V. The fact that this little knife is $75 more, $70 more than this knife, insane. Insane. But pricing notwithstanding, super little knife. A little more comfortable in hand than a mini grip, and it probably ought to be for $263.50. You can pre-order them at Knife Center for the next run. Good luck finding one new now. Anyway, so is it a good job by Benchmade? A job well done? I think so. Is it too expensive? I know it is. But you guys don't seem to care, and it is a solid effort from Oregon City. That, my friends, is all for this video. Wow, I think I'm going to be under 10 minutes on a knife review. Is that even possible? I could just talk about other stuff for a little bit. I could continue to wax poetic about my Super Freek, and I'm not going to do that, though. That is all for this one, my friends. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp, and so are my freaks. Talk to you soon.